为什么澳洲美女大学辍学，然后最近来台湾了？这是艾丽。
我的中文名字是艾丽，
她来台湾2个月了。
我来台湾2个月，
我觉得讲中文非常厉害。
现在我会说一点中文。
今天她会跟我分享她来台湾的寓意。
So it's a real shock.
而且为什么台湾的厕所对澳洲美女是最大的文化冲击
I went in the first time and I was like, what is this? And I was like, I can't do it.
她为什么觉得在台湾过马路是一个挑战
Major ones I faced originally was crossing the road.
还有为什么她觉得台湾人太晚起床
Here, nothing opens in the morning.
还有更多
What things about Taiwan do you like? What things you don't like about Taiwan?
我们来一起看艾丽的故事。
大家好，我是艾丽，我是澳洲人，我来台湾2个月，我在台大学习中文。
How did you know about Taiwan?
So I actually have a scholarship with the Australian government, and there was other scholars going to Taiwan, and they suggested to me to come to Taiwan because everyone speaks Mandarin here too. So I decided on Taiwan, and I'm very happy with the decision.
So you're originally kind of like studying Chinese back to Australia, right?
Yes, I was. Yeah.
Okay. So how's your Chinese so far?
还可以。
你就会讲一点中文，对不对？
对对，现在我会说一点中文，但是我希望到明年我会说中文很流利。
哇，这是已经蛮厉害的。哎，那你学中文多久？
差不多2年。
2年哦，那你现在写字可以？
可以，但是写不好。Because here in Taiwan, everyone uses traditional characters, and in Australia we learn simplified. It's been really hard.
So how is it for you to get used to traditional Chinese?
It's okay. Some look similar, but things like shu, like book, totally different. It took a really long time to adapt to that. It's really hard.
When you type in Chinese, do you use pinyin, right?
Yeah, I use pinyin. I've seen everyone use like a line.
Oh yeah, 注音.
Yeah, I've never seen that before, but it looks hard.
Oh yeah, that one is really, really hard. Right now, like, do you have like a lot of like practice Chinese opportunities or not?
Yeah, definitely. I always tell my friends at uni, just speak Chinese to me, and I try and use it as much as I can, and out shopping and things like that. So yeah, I get a lot of practice.
那你为什么想学中文 like?
Yeah, I think there's a lot of business opportunities studying Chinese. I originally was studying a different degree, didn't love it. But I think with Chinese, you know, it's the second most widely spoken language, and there's a lot of business opportunities with it.
Okay, right. But like when you started to study Chinese, like how was it? Like, was it hard?
Yeah, it's definitely a hard language to learn. It's very different to English, but I think there's a lot of benefits to it. So I think it's worthwhile, as hard as it is.
And was it the first time for you to learn a foreign language?
Yes, yeah, this is my only other language, so it's a real shock. Yeah, I chose the hardest one, went straight to the top.
Yeah. When you studied like back in Australia, how was the process? Like, is the teacher speaking in English or in Chinese?
Yeah, they spoke a lot of English. They would like teach grammar in English, and then they would like explain it in Chinese.
Okay. Here it's all in Chinese, right?
Here, yeah, all Chinese. So they'll use like more basic words to explain like concepts in Chinese, which I think is great.
Okay.
Like I don't want anyone speaking any English to me.
Yeah. And now I want to ask you, like, do you have like a Chinese name?
I do. 我的中文名字是艾丽。
艾丽
艾有草字头儿，丽是美丽的丽。
And how did you choose it? Like, is it your teacher help you or you?
I chose it with a friend. Yeah, because I wanted it to sound like quite feminine because Alex is like a boy's name, but Alexander is too long, so I wanted a feminine name.
Okay. And before like you come to Taiwan, like what did you know about this place?
I actually didn't know a lot about Taiwan. I came in with zero expectations, which I think is good. I did hear that everyone's very friendly, which I can confirm. And I heard that the weather was crazy. And can confirm that too. But that's about it. I didn't really know too much about it.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
那关于这个问题，我今天也特别想要采访几位来自不同的国家的朋友，来问他们关于台湾的第一个印象是怎么样的。知不知道台湾？我来问他们。
Hello, William. Hello, Alexis. Hello, guys. My name is Alex. Have you heard about Taiwan before?
Of course.
Oh.
Everyone's heard of Taiwan. Yeah. I got a friend who's living in Taipei right now.
Girl from Taiwan. Have you heard about this place before?
Yes, I have.
Have you been here before or not?
No, I haven't. Tell me about it. Is it good?
Like maybe like Shirley Night Market or Raohe Night Market.
Right there. Love it because I can reference when we're talking and just turn around and be like, oh my goodness, here's where Taiwan is.
Is it your first Asian country you've been to?
I've been to Korea, I've been to Vietnam, Cambodia, Thailand, Malaysia.
Nice. It's really nice to meet everyone here on the platform. Hopefully we're gonna have a nice lesson today.
Okay, so we'll start off with just a few questions just to warm up a little bit.
I live in São Paulo, Brazil, and I'm a geography teacher.
My name is Yao. I'm from Vietnam, currently living in Tokyo, Japan.
我这次用的平台是 Cambly。Cambly 是一个知名的可以和老师24小时学英文的平台，里面有非常多老师，来自不同的行业跟背景的母语英文老师，所以一定可以找到符合你需求的老师。你在点击链接注册后，可以直接输入我的订阅优惠号 AlexWW23，就可以获得免费20分钟和前套餐专项订阅折扣。在 Cambly 你可以找到想学的口音，比如说美国口音、英国口音、加拿大口音等等都有。而且因为有时候你可能需要学的英文是 Business English， 或是你在学电脑工程师，所以可以搜索关键字，找到对你有兴趣、行业有经验的老师。另外，因为这个平台有很多老师，而且每个老师都有评分，所以每个老师都会很认真教你，因为他们想要你继续跟他们上课，所以不会随便教你。如果他们教你不好，你就会很快换到另外一个老师。而且在 Cambly 一节课的价格也非常合理，一节课30分钟，输入我的推荐号后，一节课不要300台币。现在还在推出很多人的小班课，可以和不同国家的学生一起上课，交到国际好朋友，快去试试看吧。好了，那么现在继续采访。
When you just came to Taiwan, it was like 2 months ago?
2 months ago, yeah.
And what was your first impression?
My first impression was, wow, this is a lot. There was a lot of stimulus, like there's a lot of people, there's a lot of buildings, a lot of traffic, a lot of noises. It was quite overwhelming. But the other impression I had was everyone was super friendly. Everyone was very welcoming to a foreigner, and it made like the transition a lot easier because this is very different to where I live.
Did you face like any challenges in Taiwan as a foreigner?
Yeah, one of the major ones I faced originally was crossing the road. It sounds really crazy, but in Australia, like when you have a green light, no other cars can come through. Here, cars and motorbikes can still go through, and I was so scared. I thought that was one of the biggest things. Yeah, I still find it really hard crossing the road.
And how about like the scooters? Like, do you kind of feel scared of them?
So scared. Even on the footpath, and they come here, it's really scary. And it's very narrow, and like I don't know. Yeah, it's an accident waiting to happen.
And when you start to speak Chinese to like people, how they get surprised?
Yeah, always. I look at me, I'm so unassuming. I'm like the whitest person. They don't expect it from me at all. A lot of foreigners do come here and they don't speak any Chinese, so I can understand why they're shocked when I speak it. Yeah,
because like when I look at you, like it's hard to assume that you can speak Chinese.
Yeah, I understand.
Even like when you start to speak to me, I'm like, oh wow, she actually can speak Chinese.
Yeah, I love seeing people's reaction when I speak it. It catches them off guard. And everyone's really okay if I make mistakes, which is good, so I don't feel bad if I make a mistake.
Right. What things about Taiwan do you like?
I love the people. I think everyone's super friendly, like I said. They don't mind if I make mistakes. They're very welcoming and helpful. And I love the convenience stores. I think they're so convenient. Like in Australia, we don't have them as frequent. They're very far and few between, and you can't do as much there. Like here, you can pay your bills, you can get deliveries sent there, you can print things, and it's great, and it's so cheap. It's so cheap. I love it so much.
And how do you think they're different?
So 7-Elevens, a lot of them in Australia are connected to like a petrol station. So you just get like snacks and things like that, whereas here you can buy like proper meals and like absolutely everything. They have like a really diverse range of products. And I think it's really funny every time you go into like the 7-Eleven and Family Mart, they play the musical jingles. It's so strange. We don't have anything like that in Australia. No, it's very different.
What things you don't like about Taiwan?
I don't like the weather.
Weather.
I don't like the weather at all. Like I'm used to humidity from Australia, but this is a different kind of humidity. It's next level, and I think it's really hard to predict the weather though, because it can be really cold, it can be really hot, it can be raining, it can be really sunny. It's all of the seasons in one day.
That's true.
And I don't like the noise from the traffic. I think it's a lot. It's very annoying at night time when just like cars and motorbikes and things like that, like the traffic, it's just really loud.
And how about like earthquakes? Like how's it for you? Like do you experience one or not yet?
I haven't yet. No, I'm a little bit scared because I've never experienced one, but I've heard they're okay. Like
most
sometimes
of the time.
you don't notice them.
For the ones, there was like I think like around like few weeks ago, but it didn't feel.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So I have experienced one,
Yeah.
I just didn't know it.
Right. The way I like to see it is like I have like the water jar, and like
If it shakes.
you see like water starts to shake, so you notice.
So you know, okay.
Because sometimes you don't know, wait, is it I feel dizzy
yeah.
or
Yeah, I
like,
could just be tired.
yeah. And what is the biggest culture shock for you?
There's been a lot of things. This is a very different environment to what I'm used to. Maybe just squat toilets.
Oh.
I didn't realize that they were still a thing, like even at my university, but I'm lucky that there's a lot of like Western toilets too. I just can't bring myself to do it. Yeah, and I went in the first time and I was like, what is this? And I was like, I can't do it. I don't know, it just seems really like hemmafan.
Oh yeah.
I forgot how to say it in English then.
Oh yeah, right.
That's the good thing though. I feel like the longer you're here, the more you start to think in Chinese and I start losing like my English words, like, which is good because I want that to happen to me. But like I called my parents the other day and I just forgot what I was trying to say in English.
Is there like anything you saw in Taiwan that you want to have in Australia?
I would really like to have an MRT system.
Oh, MRT. Oh.
Yeah, so where I'm from we have like a tram line, but it's not really that great. No one uses it because it's not convenient, but I love the transportation here. I think it's super convenient. I love it. It's so fast.
What do you think is the main difference or the biggest difference between the lifestyle in Australia and in Taiwan?
I think the lifestyle difference would be Australia's way of life is a lot slower. Like we're a lot slower paced. We are really chill. Everything here is very like go, very fast paced. Well, we start our days a lot earlier, whereas here nothing opens in the mornings. Like there's no gym classes in the mornings, shops aren't open until a lot later. It's very different, and then they stay open later, whereas Australians are like early risers. We do a lot in the morning and then we go to bed early and then we do it again. So it's very different like that.
So like for example, like what things you would usually have open like in the mornings? Like...
Oh, like you would go to like a 5:30 gym class and then you'd go to a cafe and you'd get breakfast and then you might stop at the grocery store and get your groceries before you go to work. It's all open, and whereas here nothing really opens early in the morning, so you have to wait until everything's open and then you have to stay up later and I get tired.
Oh yeah, that's true. Is there like anything you would like to change in Taiwan if you have the chance?
Not too much, to be honest. I do really like everything here apart from the weather and the traffic, but there are things you can't really control. So if it could rain a little less and be a little less humid, I would really like that.
Okay, yeah. Perfect. So yeah, that's it for today's interview. Thank you so much for sharing.
Thank you for having me.
And now let's say bye-bye together, okay?
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.